In this video, we continue our discussion on some basic definitions in graph theory. Here we are going to discuss the idea behind what is called a subgraph. Okay, a subgraph is a graph that exists within other graphs. Okay, so let me start with a very simple example and see how to obtain subgraphs from existing graphs. Okay, then after that we will formally define subgraphs, okay, and some common subgraphs commonly used in graph theory. Okay, so let me start with a very simple example. Okay, let's consider this graph with 4 vertices and let me include some edges. Okay, consider this graph and let's that graph be G. Okay, so one way to obtain a smaller graph from G is by vertex deletion. So in vertex deletion, what we do is we simply delete a vertex and all the edges that are incident on that vertex. Okay, for example, suppose that we are going to delete this vertex A. So in vertex deletion, what we do is we delete that vertex. So we will be left with these 3 vertices D, B, C. So in vertex deletion, we delete that particular vertex and all the edges that are incident on that vertex. So we delete these 2 edges. Okay. So the resultant graph will be something like this. Okay. And we denote this graph by G minus A, where A is the vertex that we deleted. So in vertex deletion, what we do is we will delete the vertex and remove all edges incident with that vertex as well. Okay, and usually it is denoted like this, G minus A. Okay, minus means subtract the vertex from that particular vertex. Okay, so we can extend this idea to a set of vertices as well. Okay, suppose that we want to delete these 2 vertex from this graph G. So if we do that deletion, okay, we will get another graph. So here again what we do is we will delete A and B from the graph and all the edges incident with A and B. Okay, so we delete A and B and we are left with these 2 vertices D and C. Okay, and we also delete all the edges that are incident on A and B. So we delete this vertex, this edge, this edge, this edge, and this edge. So we get this graph. Okay, so this graph is denoted like G minus set AB. Okay, so here we can see that these 2 graphs are smaller graphs that are obtained by deleting vertices from these graphs. Okay, so these graphs are examples of what we call subgraphs. Okay, so this is a subgraph and this is a subgraph, and this subgraph is obtained from G by deleting this vertex A, and this subgraph is obtained from G by deleting this vertex set AB. Okay, and these kind of subgraphs are called vertex deleted subgraphs. Okay, so this is one way to obtain smaller graphs or subgraphs from larger graphs. Okay, another way one could do is by deleting edges. Okay, so let me explain that idea through an example. So let's consider the same graph. And let me label the edges by as E1, E2, E3, E4, E5. So another way one could obtain a smaller graph or a subgraph from a larger graph is by edge deletion. So in this case what we do is we simply delete an edge. Okay, that's it. So suppose that we are going to delete this edge E1. So the resultant graph will look something like this. Okay, so we have the same vertex set, A, B, C, D. Okay, so E1 it won't be here because we are deleting E1 from graph G. So E2 will be there, E3 will be there, and similarly E4 and E5 will be there. So this is a subgraph, and this subgraph is obtained from this graph G by deleting this edge E. Okay, deleting edge is somewhat similar. We simply delete that edge from the graph, and this graph is denoted like G backslash E1. So in the case of vertex deletion we use minus, and here we use this backslash. Okay, so if you encounter backslash in graph theory, it means edge deletion. Okay, and similarly here also we can extend to delete set of edges. For example, in this case, suppose that you want to delete edges E1 and E2. So what you do is we simply delete these two edges from this graph, and the resultant graph will look something like this. Okay, it will have 4 vertices, A, B, C, D. E1 and E2 won't be there, E3 will be there, E4 and E5 will be there. Okay, and this subgraph will be denoted by G backslash set E1, E2. Okay, so here again we can see that this is another way one could obtain a smaller graph from a larger graph, and these are also subgraphs. And these kind of subgraphs are called edge deleted subgraphs. So this is an example of an edge deleted subgraph. So this is also an edge deleted subgraph. Okay, so let's look into the formal definition of a subgraph. Okay, so a graph H V dash E dash is a subgraph of a graph G equal to VE, and it is denoted like this. We use the same subset notation to denote the subgraph. Okay, so here it means H is a subgraph of G if it satisfies these two conditions. Okay, the vertex set is a subset of the vertex set of the original graph, and the edge set of the subgraph is a subset of the edge set of the original graph. So if the subgraph satisfies these two conditions, then we say that okay, that is a subgraph. Okay, so we can immediately see that K3 and K4 are subgraphs of K5. Okay, for example, let me draw K5. So this is our K5. If I label them as say A, B, D, E, and here you can see that if you consider this subset, so this is our K5, a complete graph on 5 vertices. So if you consider this subgraph, Okay, so that is nothing but K4. Okay, and again you can see that there are many triangles here. Okay, so immediately you can see that K4 is a subgraph of K5, and there are many triangles here, right? And that also says K3 is also a subgraph of K5. Okay, so let me give one more example. So let's consider this graph. And this graph. Okay, so here we can see that if this is G and G dash, so we can immediately see that okay, G dash satisfies these two conditions. Okay, the vertex set is a subset of the vertex set of this graph, and the edge set, okay, AB is in this graph, okay, BC is in this graph, and AC is also in that graph. Okay, because of that reason, okay, G dash is a subgraph of G. Okay, and if you consider this graph, ABD, and consider this graph, let it be by G dash. Okay, we can see that G double dash, okay, it is not a subgraph of G. Okay, even though the vertex set is a subset of the vertex set of G, the edge set is not. Okay, this DB, this edge, it doesn't exist in G, and because of that reason, it is not a subgraph of G. Okay, so this is the formal definition of a subgraph. A graph H is said to be a subgraph if the vertex set of that graph is a subset of the original graph, and the edge set is a subset of the original graph. Okay, then we could have different kinds of subgraphs. Okay, we are going to discuss them here. Okay, another important subgraph is what is called a spanning subgraph. So a subgraph H is said to span a graph G if every vertex of G is in H. So we say something like this: a subgraph H, B dash E dash, spans another graph G B if B dash is equal to V. Okay, so let me give an example. Okay, consider this graph G and consider this subgraph. Okay, let it be say G dash. So now we can see that G dash is a subgraph of G because all the vertices here is a subset of the vertices of G, and all the edges are subset of vertices here, right? AB is here, AC is here, and AD is here. Okay, and here again we can see that the vertex set is same as that of G. Okay, so this is an example of what is called a spanning subgraph. So let me give an example of what is not a spanning subgraph. A, B, D. Okay, so let's consider this graph. Let it be say G double dash. So immediately we can see that G double dash is a subgraph of G, okay, but it is not a spanning subgraph. Why? Because vertex C is missing. Okay, so this is an example of what is called a spanning subgraph, because here we can see that the vertex set is exactly equal to the vertex set of the larger graph. Here it is a subgraph, but it is not a spanning subgraph because here C is missing. Okay, and here again we can see, we can observe something. A spanning subgraph is a subgraph obtained by only edge deletion. So if we take a graph and only delete some edges, then we get a subgraph, and that subgraph is going to be a spanning one. Okay, so here you can see that if you consider this graph, it doesn't contain this edge, right? Okay, and this edge. So if you take this graph and if you remove these two edges, you get this thing, right? So normally a spanning subgraph is obtained by edge deletion. Okay, so that's what a spanning subgraph is. And the next next important kind of subgraph is what is called an induced subgraph. Okay, and here is how it is defined. A subgraph H equal to V dash E dash of G equal to V is an induced subgraph if it consists of all edges in E with endpoints in V. Okay, it contains all edges in E, the original graph, with endpoints in E. Okay, so let me give an example. Okay, so let's consider this graph G. Okay, and let me build a subgraph. So G dash, we can immediately see that G dash is a subgraph of G. Okay, and not only that, G dash is also an induced subgraph of G. Okay, because if you consider this subgraph, we can see that, okay, this edge is here, right? This edge is there and this edge is there. Okay, and we can see that, okay, G dash contains all edges in the original graph, okay, with endpoints in this subgraph. Okay, so let me give an example of what is not an induced subgraph. Okay, so consider this subgraph G double dash. Okay, G double dash is a subgraph of G. Okay, but it is not an induced subgraph of G. So why G double dash is not an induced subgraph? Because two edges are missing. Okay, this edge is missing and this edge is missing, and because of that reason, okay, it is not an induced subgraph. Okay, so that's the definition of an induced subgraph. Okay, H is said to be an induced subgraph if it consists of all edges in E with endpoints in V dash. Okay, so whenever V double dash is a subset of V, okay, we denote the induced subgraph of G on vertices V dash as G within square bracket V dash. Okay, so in this case, okay, this is an induced subgraph, so it is obtained from this G. So this graph can also be denoted like this. Okay, G of set A, B, C. Okay, so it is not an induced subgraph. Okay, and here again we can see that a subgraph obtained only by vertex deletion. Okay, is also an induced subgraph. Okay, So here we can see that in order to obtain this graph from G, what we can do is take this graph and delete D and E. Okay. So when we delete D and E, we delete D and E and also the edges incident on that. Okay. So we delete this one, and this one. So if you do something like that, you get this graph. Okay. So an induced subgraph is obtained by vertex deletion. Okay. So this is what an induced subgraph is. Okay. So another kind of subgraph is what is called a clique. So a clique in a graph is a subgraph that is a complete graph. Okay. So let me give an example. Okay, consider this graph. Yeah. Okay, let me say G, and let's consider a subgraph of this graph. A, B, F. So here we can see that we consider this as G dash. G dash is a subgraph of G. Okay, and this is nothing but K3. Okay, K3 is a complete graph on n vertices. Okay, so this is a clique in this graph. Okay, similarly, if you consider K5, so earlier we saw K4 is a subgraph of K5. So K4 is a complete graph, so we have a clique there and so forth. Okay, so a clique in a graph is a subgraph that is a complete graph. So this subgraph is a clique in this graph. Okay, so one more definition, and okay, with this definition we will wind up our discussion on definitions. Okay, and more definitions will get introduced to you when we come across those concepts. Okay, another definition is the complement of a graph. The complement of a simple graph, so it is defined for only simple graph, denoted by G over bar. Okay, it is again a simple graph with the same vertex set as C, and there is an edge in G bar or G under bar if and only it is not an edge in G. Okay, so let me explain the definition with an example. Okay, consider this graph. Let it be say G dash. So okay, let me define G bar. So by definition, G bar has the same vertex set as G. So it will contain those vertices. Okay, A, B, C and D. Okay, and it will have an edge joining two vertices if the corresponding edge is not in the original graph. Okay, so we can see that there is an edge between A and D, so there won't be an edge between A and D. Okay, so there will be an edge between A and B in G bar because this edge doesn't exist here, right? Similarly, there will be an edge between A and C. Okay, so what about D? Okay, D is connected to every other vertex here, right? So okay, D will be somewhat disconnected in the complement graph. Okay, what about C? Okay, C is connected to D. Okay, so in G bar it is not connected to D, so G is connected to A here and C is connected to B. And what about B? Okay, B is connected to D only, so in complement B will be connected to A and C. Okay, so this is our G bar. Okay, and here again we can see that if you add up the cardinality of edges here and cardinality of edges here, okay, we will get n into n minus 1 in general case, and here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So what about the number of edges here? 3, right? Number of edges here is 3 and number of edges here is 3, and if you add you get 6, and 6 is nothing but 4 into 3 divided by 2, okay? And this 4 into 3 divided by 2 is the total number of edges in a complete graph on 4 vertices. So it means the G bar or G complement is defined with respect to the complete graph, okay? So in order to get the complement of a graph G, what one could do is take the complete graph on that many vertices and delete all the vertices in the original graph, okay? So the graph obtained after that corresponds to the complement of that graph, okay? So remember this particular thing. Okay, so see you next time with more concepts in graph theory.